Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to episode 11 Bedtime Stories with VJ. And this time we have a magical story. We have a story that is of a boy and his magical flute. Now you will be wondering, when you think of magical flute, what do you think of? You think of Aladdin, you think of magic, you think of a flute which does special things, right? Well, this flute is something like that. And yet, there is something very, very different about it. Hello, Ishnika, welcome. So these stories, bedtime stories with VJ, are stories that you will hear and then go to sleep and then dream of strong, magical, mystical dreams which give you courage, which give you strength, which give you the powers to achieve your dreams. So yes, Ishnika is saying present. Hi, Ishnika. So today let's start our story. There was a guy, no, there was a boy named Kiran. He was very, very mischievous. And you know, Auntie loves mischievous children, so all her stories are mischievous children. Now, Kiran was mischievous, but he was doubly mischievous. बहुत मस्तीखोर था. And he was always up to some mischief or the other. Just last week, he tied his sister's hair to the bed while she was sleeping. And when she woke up, she could not get out of bed because her hair was stuck. And she screamed, "Ah, bachao, bachao, bachao." 2 days back, he put a frog into the pot of water. And as his mother picked up the pot to put it on the gas, the poor terrified frog jumped out of the pot. And he jumped out onto an even terrified mother. She dropped the pot with a thud and screamed, "Ah!" And the frog went "Patak, tup, 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 tup," out of the house. Kiran's mom could not even rush to punish Kiran because she had slipped and hurt her back. Poor thing. When Kiran's father came home that night, he broke a twig from the nearby tree and hit it hard against Kiran's palm. Wish, whash, wish, the twig went. And what did Kiran do? Ouch, ouch, ouch. But did he learn? No, he did not. He remained naughty as ever. Poor parents. Imagine having such a naughty child. Now, one day, Kiran's auntie came from Egypt. She used to stay in Egypt and she came visiting. During holidays, people come now from abroad. So, his auntie came from Egypt and she bought gifts for everyone. Now, when you go to somebody's house, you take gifts with you, no? Like that, Kiran's aunt had come down from Egypt and she bought gifts for everybody. There was an ornate jewelry box. What is ornate? Ornate means something that looks very beautiful, something that is very old, and something which is very, very special. So there was an ornate jewelry box with lovely stonework and mirror work all over it for Kiran's mother. For Kiran's father, she had bought a box full of the famous Egyptian sweets, baklava and saria pie. VJ auntie loves baklava. I love it so much that every time I see it in the market, you get baklava in India also now. So when I see it, I buy it, and it is very, very fattening. So Kiran's aunt bought the famous Egyptian sweets, baklava and saria pie. For his sister, she bought the oud. Now, what's an oud? An oud is a short neck, pearl shaped string instrument. It looks like the guitar, but it's not a guitar. It's like a pear and it has strings on it. So you play it like you play a guitar, but it has a different sound altogether. So she bought an oud for Kiran's sister. Everyone was excited. Hi, Prisha. So everyone was very, very excited. Kiran was super excited. He was very eager to see his gift. If his mother had got such a beautiful jewelry box, and his father his famous Egyptian sweets of baklava and saria pie, and even his sister got such a wonderful gift of an oud, he was sure he would get something special. So his aunt called him close, and then she said, Kiran, close your eyes. So Kiran wondered, why is she asking me to close my eyes? So she said, Kiran, close your eyes. I have a special surprise for you. So Kiran closed his eyes. Then auntie said, Kiran, put out your hand. So he put out his hand. He was very excited. He could hardly stand. He was like this. He was standing. And then his aunt pulled out the knife from inside her bag. Now, what is a knife? It's an Arabic flute. She put it on his hand. Kiran opened his eyes, expecting to see something amazing. But what did he see? It was just a flute. It was plain wood, not very different from the flutes that you get in India. He was so disappointed. And then he looked. Does auntie have anything else in her bag? So she said, This is your gift. So then he was disappointed. He got very angry and he stormed out of the room in a huff. He stomped up the stairs to his room, and once in his room, he threw down the flute on the bed and punched his pillow in anger. Do you do that? When you get angry at somebody or something, do you punch your pillow? Well, that's what Kiran did. He punched his pillow in anger. Everyone had got special gifts, and all that his aunt could get him was a stupid flute. ऐसा कोई करता है क्या? He refused to come down for dinner. He said, I am not coming for dinner. I don't want dinner. And then his mother went to call him for dinner. You know how mamas are. Mamas always want to see that their children are eating well, that their children have had a full stomach before they go to sleep. But when she came, you know what he did? Kiran pretended to be asleep. He put his head on his pillow, closed his eyes, and when she called him Kiran, Kiran, he pretended that he couldn't hear her, that he was fast asleep. So his mother wondered. So then everybody said, maybe he's tired. We had gone to the airport in the car. No, 2 hours we traveled by car. And then we waited at the airport till his aunt arrived. And then we traveled again 2 hours back home. So maybe he's tired. Let him sleep. It's okay. Tomorrow morning he can get up and have food. But his aunt knew something was wrong. There was a problem. There was something that was worrying Kiran. So she went to his room and sat down on his bed and slowly stroked his head. Do people do that to you? When your mama wants to talk to you and she knows you're upset, does she come and do that to you? आपके बालों पे से हाथ सहलाती है ऐसे? Well, Kiran's aunt did the same to him. Then she asked, Are you angry with your aunt? Are you disappointed with your gift, Kiran? Kiran picked up his head and looked at her and nodded his head. She was his favorite aunt, and he knew he could tell her anything. And because she was his favorite aunt, he thought that she would, because he was his favorite aunt, he thought that she would get him the best gift. Hi, Aradhya. Nice to see you here. So he nodded his head. And then, smiling, his aunt said, You sit up, don't lie down on bed like this. Sit next to me. So Kiran got up and he sat next to his aunt. He's still crying. So his aunt said, This is no ordinary flute. This is a very special flute and it's called the nai. And it's a special flute that is played in Egypt. And everybody over there plays the nai. But this particular flute is very, very special because it has magical powers. Hearing this, Kiran sat up. Till then he was sitting like this. But when he heard magical powers, he sat up. What is the magical power? And then he looked at the nai more closely. So he picked up the nai and he looked at it. I don't see anything special. So his aunt said, Look at it carefully. So he looked again. He said, no, there's nothing special about it. So then she said, this is a magical flute, and the magic will happen when you play it. So Kiran looked at his aunt with suspicion. Then he said, okay, let me try to play it. You know how we try to, somebody says, try karke to dekho. So we make a face like this, and then we start looking at the thing in a different light. So he picked up his flute, and then he put it to his mouth, and he went, did magic happen? No. So he looked at his aunt. So his auntie said, try again and harder. So he went, still nothing. So his aunt said, try harder. So this time he went, that was the only sound that came from the flute. Now he was angry and upset, and he was embarrassed also. It sounded so funny. His flute did not sound like a flute. It sounded like the elephant's trumpet. He was so angry that he threw down the flute again. And then he went back to bed. So what does his auntie do? His auntie, yes, Tanvi, the story has started and we're halfway through the story. Listen to the rest because there's magic going to happen now. So what did auntie do? Auntie picked up the flute and then she said, the magic will happen only when you believe in it. If you truly believe in the magic, only then will you see miracles. And so saying, she kept the flute by the pillow that Kiran was sleeping on and she left the room. Kiran looked at the flute and then he said, what rubbish! This is not magical. This is just a piece of wood. And he went to sleep. That night, as he slept, Kiran heard a soft, melodious sound. And then he opened his eyes. Again, what did he hear? And he thought, where is this coming from? So he got up. When he got up and he sat up, what did he see? Do you know what he saw? Do you know what he saw? Aradhya, I think I hadn't decided Kiran's age, but let us make him a 10-year-old because 10-year-olds are opinionated and they are strong and then they have all these nakhras, no, that humko yehi chahiye, wo nahi chahiye. So let's think that Kiran is a 10-year-old boy and he's hearing the soft, melodious sound of the flute. And then he sat up in bed and what did he see? He saw a small boy around his age, dressed in a white Egyptian shirt and loose harem pants, the kind of pants that we have seen Aladdin wearing. So that kind of pants. And the boy was sitting on the windowsill, and he was playing the flute. Kiran was stumped. He had never seen that boy before in his life. And so Kiran slowly walked up to the boy. The boy stopped playing and smiled at Kiran. He looked exactly like Kiran. And if you saw them, you would have thought that they are twins. And for Kiran, it was like he was looking into the mirror because that boy looked exactly like Kiran. So what did Kiran do? Kiran put out his hand to touch the boy. And you know what happened? His hand went right through the boy. Kiran jumped back. Oh my God, what is this? Bhoot to nahi hai? He jumped back in fear. The boy smiled and said, "Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid at all. I am real. And yet, I'm not real." So Kiran thought, real भी है, real नहीं भी है, ऐसा कैसे होगा? How is that possible? So Kiran looked at the boy and said, "How is that possible? You have to be either real or unreal. You have to be human or ghost. What are you?" So the boy said, "I am a figment of your imagination." So Kiran looked at him and said, "Figment of what?" So the boy said, I am a figment of your imagination. I am what you are thinking I am to be." Now Kiran was confused. Pura gadbad ho gaya. So the boy said, "Okay, I will make it simpler for you. I am your dream. You are currently right now in your sleep dreaming about me. You did not believe in the magical powers of the flute, so I have come to show you how magical this is. I believe in the magic of this flute, and that is why I can play it so beautifully. If you also believe in the magic of this flute, you will also be able to play it." Kiran was still not convinced. He was actually very confused. He thought, क्या बोल रहा है ये लड़का, मेरे को तो कुछ समझ ही नहीं आ रहा है. So the boy said, "Let us try this again." So the boy put the flute to his mouth and went, and Kiran looked at him and said, "I played that same flute, it did not sound like this." So the boy held out the flute and he said, "You try it now." So Kiran took the flute and he was not very convinced, but he tried. So he put the flute to his mouth and he went, once more he sounded like an elephant trumpeting in the forest. He got very angry and he almost threw the flute down again. But this time, the boy stopped him and he said, "Come here, come to me. I will tell you why this is so special." So what you need to do is close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then imagine that you're standing on top of a mountain. There is greenery all around you. There's fresh air. Now put the flute to your mouth and you play the flute like you have never played it before. Kiran was not convinced, but he said, "Let me give it a try." So Kiran stood up, closed his eyes, took a deep breath, imagined that he was on top of a mountain, put the flute to his mouth, and when he opened his eyes, it was magical. He sounded just like the boy. He was full of excitement and he started jumping. "I can play the flute, I can play the flute." So then the boy said, "Do that again. Close your eyes. Imagine you're all alone and you're on top of the mountain, on top of the world, and play the flute again." Again. Now Kiran was excited and he was confident. So he did exactly like the boy said. He closed his eyes, took a deep breath, imagined that he was on top of the mountain, put the flute to his mouth and went. He was so excited that he opened his eyes and he was about to tell the boy, but there was no boy there. Kiran was shocked. What happened? Where did the boy go? And then he got confused. And he thought, let me try again. So he put the flute back to his mouth and went. He was so excited because now not only could he play the flute, but he could play it for a longer time. It sounded very beautiful, and it was indeed magical. He was so excited that he threw his arms up in excitement, and then he ran out of his room screaming, Ho gaya, I could do it, I could do it, it's magical. And he ran down the stairs right into his aunt's arms. Everyone gathered around him and then asked him, What happened? What happened? What happened? Why are you screaming? So he said, Everybody sit down. I want to show you something. And when everybody sat down, he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, and played the flute again. And voila! Beautiful music came out of the flute. Music that they had never heard before. The flute was indeed magical. And you know why it was magical? It was magical because Kiran finally believed in the flute. He did not look at the flute like a piece of wood. He looked at the flute like a musical instrument that can be used to play music. And he believed in his ability to be able to play the music. And that is why that flute was magical. So, children, when you want to do something, you have to believe in it. If you are running a race, you have to believe in the power of your strength, in the power of your feet to be able to run really fast, in the power of your breathing to be able to hold you and push you till the finishing line, in the power of your vision to be able to see that finishing line goal and cross it with full speed. If you believe in yourself and you believe in the ability of your own self as a student who gets very good grades, you have to do that. You have to study hard, you have to practice hard, and believe that you know everything. And then when you go to write your exams, you will be able to get the marks that you want. You have to believe in your ability to sing. And if you are not a good singer, if you keep practicing, with practice, you will become a good singer. So it is in your ability, it is in your faith in yourself, in your belief in yourself that gives you the strength and the courage to do something. And that, my children, is the magic that each one of you has. So, how did you like the story? Do you promise, Vijay, to believe in yourself? Do you promise, Vijay, to believe in your own magic? Because you all are magical, you all are wonderful, and you're all very, very special. So, with that, tonight I end episode 11 of Bedtime Stories with VJ, and I hope that you believe in yourself. And tonight, when you go to sleep, you dream of all the possibilities that you could achieve, of all the things you could do because you believe in yourself. All right. So we will be back again on Wednesday with another story, another hero, another magic that's going to change somebody's life. Good night. Take care. Sleep well. Bye bye.